Money enables you to extend the good you do far beyond your own physical presence. And that is the quote of the day. Welcome back to the Quote of the Day show. I'm your host, Sean Croxton of SeanCroxton.com. Thanks for tuning in. Today's featured speaker is Mr. Bob Proctor, and this is a clip that I've listened to dozens and dozens of times because it's just a story that so many of us can resonate with, because it's funny how this whole thing works. And like Bob says, it's actually kind of sick. When we try to shine our lights, the people around us, for some reason, they don't want us to shine. It's very strange how that happens. And so I'm not going to give the whole thing away. I'm going to let Bob expand upon that. But he also talks about something that so many of us are conflicted with, which is money. And I think that we need to understand how much more impact and how much more service we can give to the world through our finances, through money. And so, again, I'm going to let Bob talk about that. Here's Mr. Proctor.
I remember being in the fire hall in Toronto reading this book. People say, "What are you reading, Proctor?" And then, because I was the only one in the fire hall that was reading, and then I'd take out this card and I'd put it back in my pocket and I'd bring it out and I'd say, "Hey, Proctor, what are you reading? What's on that card?" And then you know what guys are like. They'll say, "What do you think, Wolfgang? Do you think he might be reading something about us? I think we should know what's on the card." "What's on the card, Proctor?" I say, "Leave me alone." No, Bob, I think we should see what's on that card." So pretty soon, Bob's on the floor, pinned down, and they're going in his pocket, and they're pulling out the card. "Hey guys, come here. Proctor's going to get rich. By New Year's Day of 1970, I will have in my possession $25,000. If we had taken all the assets of every fireman on that department, we wouldn't have come up with $25,000. Everybody was broke. In 1961, $25,000, I might as well said $25 million. It wasn't going to happen. Now, think of this for a moment. How sick is the environment where when people are laughing at someone who's attempting to improve the quality of his life? That's a pretty sick environment. But I'll tell you something that even makes it sicker. What do you think when the person that's doing it is embarrassed because somebody else found out? I was embarrassed because they knew. I almost threw the card away, but I didn't. Thank God I didn't. Do you know, in a year, I had 10% of the whole fire department working for me, cleaning offices. And I had others come, "Hey, Proctor, you got any more work?" "Not right now, but if I get some, I'll give you a call." The chief was only earning $11,200 a year. There was only one chief. I got to a point where I was earning $11,200 a month. Now, I'll tell you the crazy things about life. I was afraid to quit. I was afraid to quit because I had security. I had benefits. Christ, I could have bought the fire hall. Now, what I'm talking about is programming. Programming. It's sick at times. It's really sick. But it's real. So, when you think about your mind being like a garden, which can be cultivated or allowed to run wild, whether cultivated or neglected, it must and will bring forth. It's happening. It's happening to every one of us, every day. Now, I don't know anyone who has completely mastered this. And I've often thought, if we do, we would probably ascend. Which, there they go. You know? The very fact that we're here, our physical presence is an indication we've got some work to do. Now, if it makes sense, if it makes real practical sense to eat on a regular basis, to feed our body, because our body is going through an evolution of change all the time. Like your body's changing at the rate of about 50 million cells per second. You can actually photograph the energy leaving your body. And as it leaves, it creates new energy. If it makes sense to feed yourself so that you rejuvenate the body, wouldn't it make sense to feed your mind so that we develop a greater understanding? And as we develop a greater understanding, we earn more money so we can do more good with money. That's what money's for. Money's not to make you better or richer than the other person. Money enables you to extend the good you do far beyond your own physical presence. Our company always wants to earn more money because we got a lot of work to do, and it costs money to get the work done. As a group, we made a decision we would build schools in Africa. Yet every week and a half, we build a new school in Africa. But our goal is to build one every day. Yet, if that's the goal, that's what's going to happen. We're just not quite sure when. Because you're dealing with the law of gender, and the law of gender decrees all seeds have a gestation or an incubation period. But we know it must happen. Just the same as nightshade seeds grow into nightshade, radishes grow into radishes. And we grow into greatness. There's no trick to being great. Wallace Wattles told us how to be great. He said, Robert Russell, he said, do little things in a great way every day. There's no trick to it. Just whatever you're doing, do it as well as you can possibly do it. And you know what you're doing when you're doing that? You're putting yourself in the vibration that you have to be in to attract the good that you desire. See, when you doubt, what you're doing is doubting spirit. Spirit never expresses itself other than perfectly. You're doubting nature. Have no doubt it's going to work every time for every person.
All right, that was Bob Proctor of bobproctor.com. Bob has another live event coming up in February, which, believe it or not, is just around the corner. It's called Fourth Dimensional Leadership. It's a live event coming up in Los Angeles. It's on February 17th through February 19th. So if you're a leader, if you are the head of an organization, you certainly want to check this out. Attend live, or you can also attend via live stream, via video over your computer, your smartphone, your Apple TV. And so you can learn more about that at bobproctorlivestream.com. Again, bobproctorlivestream.com. Head over there and watch the video. They make these really cool promotional videos for their events. So certainly check that out. And I will see you tomorrow for our Fan Friday episode. Peace.